the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to race 14 here tonight at Talladega for the Lou Sassol 175 presented by Zach Workman. My name is KR Stolfus. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Bit of a late start because there was an update and I did not know it. So here we go. Gabe Butler, Anthony English, front row. Row number 2, Richard Sanchez, Vicente Guerrero. Row 3, Rick Sebrands, Alex Green. Row number 4, Sebastian Marin and Jeff Crosby Sr. Row 5, David Booth, Zach Fritsch, Jeff Crosby Jr. and Cody Neagles for row number 6. Row 7, Eric Laurie and Dawson Wise, Steve Karosik and Peter DeBorgia, row number 8. Row 9, Sean McCara and Dana Shepard. I see you, Dana Shepard fans. Row number 10, Dave Hunt and Jackson Carr, Nate Warren and Stanley Jr. for row 11. Row 12, Mark Mann, Lynn McNeese. Row 13 will be Andrew Schroeder and Adam Kilday. Steve Hoppett and Bubba Winningham make up our final row here tonight, but Bubba Winningham does not make the call to the grid. So we'll see if he can get out there and get into this race. So a very short time to get through everything I need to say. I want to say thank you everyone for joining me here tonight. Hope you all stay for the whole thing. Green flag is gonna come out. Who cares? It's a green. No, I'm just kidding. Green flag is out. We all care about that. Let's go racing, y'all. Gabe Butler has the advantage in the 88. He's got some big help from the 510 of Richard Sanchez to try and take the lead coming off at turn number 2. But the 44 of Anthony English now has to push the 510 as he made that very prominent move from the inside lane to the outside lane And now Sanchez has the advantage going into turn number 3. Side by side through 3 and 4. Butler in the 88. Sanchez in the 510. Who's going to lead the first lap of the race here tonight? Ooh, Anthony English, big wiggle coming off the corner. Maybe broke the momentum. We'll see how this plays out. The 88 of Gabe Butler has it for the moment, and he will pick up the first lap lead, and that's good because behind him, everyone is dead. They have committed Sudoku, and they are gone. So this race now has 4 cars in it, and the 4 of Rick Seabrand's survived as well. So yellow flag coming out just like that. Let's go ahead, before we check out the replay as it loads up, and look at our race info for tonight. There are 2 races left in the regular season. 4 drivers of 16 are locked in. New damage model for this B car, or the Xfinity cars, however you want to call it. There is a stage at the halfway mark, and we do have 1 fast repair available to everyone here tonight. So with that being said, yellow flag is flying. We did 1 lap under anger, and then it all went sideways. Contact with the 44. Anthony English having a hard time there. Take another look here. Sanchez got a push he didn't like, and it all went south from there. Hood flying off, that's a first. So as I mentioned, a new damage model is being employed here. So you see parts and pieces flying off. That hood is gone. That's a souvenir for a fan. And so with that going down on the opening laps of the race here tonight, and you can see already everyone going to take full advantage of the open pit lane and make their pit stops. I want to give a shout out and thank you to everybody that is here tonight. I do appreciate y'all being here. Hope y'all do enjoy the show. If you aren't going to enjoy it, as the 6 of Cody Neagles says, I don't need to hit the pit box. I'll just come down pit road, look cool, but I'm not stopping. But yeah, no guys, if you are here, if you do enjoy the show that these drivers put on for you, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you stay active in the YouTube chat. Let these drivers know you are cheering for them. That is the only way we know that you are here. And by golly, turn that cap lock off, because I can't hear what you're saying if you do the little tiny words. You do those little tiny caps. I can't see it. I can't see it. I'm at a racetrack. I gotta hear you. I have to hear you. We're at a racetrack, folks. All right, so Cody Neagles did not hit his pit box. And we'll see him probably come down pit road once again. Go ahead and get rid of that. Go ahead and throw that up. Neagles, I expect to see come down pit road, but nobody can make it on fuel from here for the stage. They're still going to have to make a pit stop, maybe even 2, because this one was very early. And I would like to acknowledge what Josh has to say, but I can't hear you, Josh. But I have known that you have said my name and have laughed at my joke, but I can't hear you otherwise. So Gabe Butler does take over the race lead as Cody Neagles comes down pit road. Bubba Winningham, Steve Hobbit, David Booth, Richard Sanchez, Peter DeBorgia, all with an extended time on pit road. Bubba Winningham did miss the call to the grid for the initial start, did get out there, spent some time on pit road, and now finds himself already in the top 10. So our pole sitter, the 88 of Gabe Butler, finds himself back on the front row once again. In fact, I don't think he's moved. I don't think the 88 has come off the yellow line except for to hit pit road. He's like, all he's done is drive below the yellow line for a minute, and then he was just above the yellow line for the rest of this race. So the 88 of Gabe Butler looking very stout here tonight. Ginger Parent, I saw that, and I will make you use your loud voice. And I also do try to keep this safe for kids, and it is marked not for kids on YouTube, FYI. But Ginger, you ain't scaring me none. We're gonna have this talk, folks. I will convince you to cheer loudly. Green flag in the air once again. The 88 of Gabe Butler on the throttle. Rick Sebrands, good to see him out here once again with this group. And he gets on the throttle side by side. They go into turn number 1. Ginger, I would like to acknowledge your mommy voice, but I can't hear you. There's race cars going on. So Gabe Butler in the 88 gets a good head of steam with a solid, healthy shove from the 15 of Alex Green. Green now in second place. Rick Sebrands, who started this lap on the outside of the front row, falls all the way to 6th place, and everyone getting single file very quickly on that bottom lane. And Matt Wagner, sounds like he said something about what I'm drinking. Can't quite hear him because, you know, small letters. But yeah, it's a monster. It's a monster. Dave Hunt in the 53 making a move to the outside. Here comes Cody Neagles. Neagles gonna go up to the 3rd lane. He has help with the 71 of Sean McCara. Not Sean McCara. Sorry, that's the 23. That is Sebastian Marin. I saw red, thought it was Sean McCara. My bad. It's Sebastian Marin and Steve Karosik. Side by side they go, and now new fast lap of the race, a lap time of 50.04 by the 027 of Steve Karosik. Second car in line on the outside lane. Across the line they go. Cody Neagles, Sebastian Baron leading their respective lines. Gabe Butler in the 88, second car on the inside line. iRacing did put out a new update this week. For me, this is my first time seeing it. And already I think I see some changes just in how the cars look. I don't know about you guys, but I think they look a lot better. I don't know if everyone upped their paint schemes or if this is the iRacing update, but I think the cars look more realistic for some reason. Wow, maybe it's wishful thinking. Who knew? Who knows? I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's take a look at some of our drivers who are in trouble very early here already. One of them being the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. As we are on lap number 10, DeBorgia is already 1 lap down. So Peter trying to, I guess, ice skate uphill. I don't know what happened to the 40. I know he had to come down pit road, had to work on that race car, so maybe they had a long stop. Couldn't get him out there before the field put him a lap down. But Peter DeBorgia is our only car 1 lap down right now. And I agree, the cars are looking sharp. They do. They everything looks very crisp. And like I said, iRacing's going through an update, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm glad there's one fan out there tonight. And now Dave Hunt in the 53. Leading the charge in the outside lane. He has Andrew Schroeder in the 48. To his back bumper. Sebastian Baron, our race leader. The 88 of Gabe Butler falling a little bit back on the inside line. Butler looking for that opening to try and jump up to the outside as soon as he can. And the 53 falls back a little bit. Look for the 6 or the 027 to make the move to the outside so that they do not get trapped down on the bottom lane, and both of them make the move. And so as we work lap 13 of 70 here tonight, 70 our scheduled distance. We will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we have to. Our stage break is going to come at the halfway mark, the completion of lap 35. Let's go ahead and take a look at our point standings as they came in the race here tonight. Cody Neagles, Zach Fritsch, Anthony English, and Vicente Guerrero are locked in to the race, locked into the championship playoff. They have made our championship 16. Wise, Kilday, Hunt, and Elliott all have to do, and I have this in my notes, but I didn't write it down on this page I'm looking at. Give me just a moment. All right, so Wise is just shy on his starts. Dawson Wise has 8 starts, and you have to have 11. So with 2 races left, Dawson Wise is not going to make it. So that's bad news for Dawson Wise. Adam Kilday, 1 win for Kilday. And he is locked in with the green flag that he took here tonight. So Adam Kilday is locked in. Dave Hunt is locked in. Travis Elliott will be locked in next week if he takes the start. So there you go. We would have to update that just a little bit. And if I had the powers, I could change that graphic, but I don't have the powers that be. So there you go. We went through our points. 1 driver not going to make it, that being Dawson Wise. A couple drivers did get locked in with the drop of the green flag. Wise and Elliott are out. Gilday's here, so he's like, oh, good. Talk about Hunt. All right, there you go. So Elliott and Wise right now looking not very good. New fast lap of the race. It is going to go to the 04 Mark Man at a 50.31. Not a 50.31, sorry. It's John McCarra in the 71 at a 49.80. Sean McCarra turning a 49.80. New fast lap of the race. So things changing very quickly and did not update as I was looking at it correctly. So Sean McCarra has the fastest lap of the race, and now give it to the 15 of Alex Green. He now has the fastest lap of the race at a 49.78. Drivers last on pit road on lap number 4. So I expect to see these guys coming down pit road one more time to wrap up this stage. And it will be happening within the next 5 laps. Cody Neagles in the 6th, dropping down to the bottom. Neagles has the race lead, and they are all working very hard behind him, try and make something happen. But Neagles has the lead for the moment. The number 40 of Peter DeBorgia making his way off of pit road. He has gone down another lap as he made that green flag pit stop. And here comes a group of drivers. David Booth on the pit road. Nate Warren, Gabe Butler, Sean McCarra, Alex Green, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, they all hit pit road. They are making their way to their pit stalls. Oh, good grief. So Neagles in the 6th, who is our race leader, now under a pressure from the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. When does he come down pit road? And so Neagles leads the next group of drivers on the pit lane, and a lot of brake lockup, a lot of cars sideways. The 98 pointed the wrong direction. Andrew Schroeder and Eric Worre electing to stay out. Looks like they made a good decision there, because they might have been caught up in that snafu on pit entry. But the 48 and the 071, they're running 1 and 2. I do expect them on the pit road to complete this green flag pit stop cycle. Sanchez in the 510, last on pit road on lap number 3. He is all by himself, and he has given up all kinds of time, but he is scored as our race leader right now. So Sanchez gonna peel off for pit road. And Sanchez hits that cone, and now Andrew Schroeder digging for all he is worth, because here comes Steve Karosik and Cody Neagles, and they have built up a whole bunch of momentum. Steve Karosik flashing by with the rest of the field as Andrew Schroeder down on the apron, trying to get up to speed. So Karosik in the 027 out in front. But as things get kind of settled in here, we'll take a look and see where everyone settles in. We just got through a round of green flag pit stops. Right now, as things stand, the speeding penalty being delivered to the 88 of Gabe Butler. The Butler finds himself about ready to be swallowed up by the field and go one lap down. He will be joined with David Blue, Peter DeBorgia, Jeff Crosby Sr., and Stanley Jr., as these drivers are no longer on the lead lap. And so Butler makes a good move to the outside lane. Lets our leaders fly on by. And now we get ready to bring home our opening stage to maybe the 6, maybe the 027. Could be somebody else, but let's go ahead and take a look at our stage winners so far this season. Steve Karosik, Vicente Guerrero, Zach Fritsch, these guys all up in the top of our order here. Karosik and Guerrero, the only multiple stage winners that we have. Andrew Schroeder back on the pit road. And a long pit stop for Schroeder there. He's going to lose another lap, maybe even 2. As Lynn McNeese goes a lap down. That gives us 21 cars on the lead lap. So as they come around to complete lap 25, we're going to have 10 laps to go in the opening stage. And Steve Karosik, our race leader, and everyone getting single file here. And then, just like that, the 6 of Cody Neagles does the bump and run on the 027. Kind of hard to do a bump and run, but looked like maybe the 6 and the 027 couldn't agree on who was going to run where. Just for a refresher of what happened last week, Dawson Wise picked up the race win. Vicente Guerrero second, Elliott third, Crosby Sr. fourth, and rounding out the top 5 was Peter Laborgia with Vicente Guerrero winning the stage. And you can see just how much everything has changed. Laborgia's 1 lap down, Vicente Guerrero in 19th place. And Dawson Wise not even in this race. Oh, trouble. The 027 holds on to it. Big moment there, but able to settle it down and keep going. So Sebastian Marin in the 23 is our race leader. 21 cars on the lead lap. Let's take a look at the car that is the last car on the lead lap. That is Zach Fritsch in the 12. He finds himself 43 seconds behind the race lead. As Fritsch is on the front stretch and the lead pack is coming off at turn number 4. So Zach might be able to make it to the end of this stage without getting lapped, but man, it's going to be hard for him in that 12. He's going to get swallowed up very soon. 131 is Steve Hoppett to the outside here of Richard Sanchez. Oh, Dawson Wise is in the race. Dawson, we're going to have to talk about your paint schemes and picking one and sticking with it. Holy cow. Like, he throws a new paint scheme every single week. I don't think I've seen him in the same car twice. What are you, a Saturday night driver? Let's go. People more professional than that. All right, this is a Monday night race. Not a local dirt track where you're jumping in whatever car someone gives you. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, folks. I don't care. Don't care. Karosik going to work to the inside of Zach Fritsch in the 12. Fritchie staying to the high side, going to go down 1 lap. He is now our first car 1 lap down. As the 027 is out in front. Gabe Butler did make his way around the 12, so Butler, who has got the draft, has the momentum, becomes our first car 1 lap down. Sebastian Marin on the outside, eking his nose to the front for the moment, but Karosik challenging right back, and here they go, drag racing down the backstretch, working lap 31 of 70. 20 cars on the lead lap as the 23 slices down to the bottom. And now Karosik pushing on the back bumper of the 23. 20 cars still on the lead lap now. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 131 of Steve Hoppett. And this pack of 4 better start hustling, because the drivers who are in the race lead are starting to sniff them out and are going to try and put them 1 lap down. Neagles in the 6th, the 23 is Sebastian Merritt, leading their respective lanes as we get ready to roll into our final lap of the stage. Two laps from now. That pack of 4 really better start hustling, because here comes our lead pack. This stage will end at the completion of lap 35. And so side by side, they make their way onto the front stretch and through the tri-oval, and Sebastian Merritt has the advantage for the moment. But things could change very quickly as they come up on this pack of cars. We do have a new fast lap of the race. Zach Fritsch turning a 49.68 that time around, so there's still a lot of speed in the 12. He just needed some help with the draft. 49.68 by Zach Fritsch, new fast lap of the race. Sebastian Merritt now working to the outside. The 14 tried to make a move to keep him behind, and Sebastian Merritt had to make a move all the way up to the 3rd lane. So Sebastian Merritt out in front as we start our final lap of the stage. Here we go. Here comes Cody Neagles, the 6th, has the momentum on the inside through the corner. The 77 of David Booth down on the apron. He goes down the lap. Trouble. Around they go. Contact into the outside wall. Oh, and Sebastian Merritt's going to collect the 14 as well. Cody Neagles in the 6th, able to get through that one. He is going to come away with the stage win. But the yellow flag is out, and we have big trouble down the backstretch. Take a look at this one once again. Cody Neagles in the 6th, down on the bottom. Everyone makes their way around the 77, but then looks like the 027 of Steve Karosik had a wiggle, and everything went south from there. The yellow flag coming out to end the stage. Cody Neagles in the 6th will be our stage winner. So Neagles into his pit box. Here comes the rest of the field as well. I believe our free pass. No, not Steve Rosie. Our free pass, Lynn McNeese. I think our free pass is Lynn McNeese in the 84. So he gets his lap back. Well, let's go ahead and pull up our stage winner and see how Cody Neagles pulled off this stage as I try to find the driver of the 6. Cody, got your ears on, buddy?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, you're making us Missouri boys proud by picking up the stage here tonight.
Yeah, practiced a little bit before the race, try to figure out the parameters of the new damage model. So I think everyone's just, it's a little bit of a feeling out process. I don't think the draft package has changed a whole lot, but there are some things you can get away with that you couldn't before. And I think this race is just going to be a big learning experience, but that first stage was pretty clean for the most part. I had some teammates get involved in some stuff, but so far so good overall, and hopefully they can get their lap back.
All right, Cody, so what you're telling me is I couldn't pull it off in this league because I didn't practice?
You can pull it off in this league if you have some Vince Wisers.
Oh.
You gotta be doing a little bit of the drinky drink. Long as you don't race sober, you're good.
No comment. All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. With you being our stage winner here, nice job. Congratulations. Not everybody gets to win a stage here on Wednesday night. So, what's it like out there to win a stage? Like, did you have it planned all along?
Honestly, no, man. I haven't won a stage on Monday or Wednesday since last season, so I was on a little bit of a drought and really wasn't thinking about it till it happened. I just try to get points the best way I know how and keep myself in, good track position for maybe a good finish at the end, and that's really my whole mentality in this race. I don't need to win, so just looking for just a good finish, good clean finish.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, that 6 looking very stout here tonight, already leading some laps, picked up the first stage win of the season for the 6, and now you're going to restart on the front row once again. Shout outs, thank yous that you need to give.
Yeah, shout out to you for always putting on a good broadcast and running with all the Dale Cup and Limitless guys right now. So shout out to them guys for having my back.
All right, and since nobody has teams here tonight, and I forgot where I pulled you from.
Just throw me, because I'm going to go back over to Dale Cup till the end of the race, so just throw me in a random.
Gotcha. All right, I threw him in a random. He going to be mad where I put him. I put him in timeout. Ah. All right, here we go. Lights are out on the Ford Mustang. 6 of Cody Neagles, our stage winner. Gonna restart on the inside of row number 1. Nate Ward in the 2. On the outside, Rick Seabrand's in the 4. Making an appearance here tonight. Good to see the 4 of Rick Seabrands in this race. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. on the outside. Those 2 drivers make up row number 2. Row number 3 will be the 43 of Dana Shepard, and to his outside, that is the 53 of Dave Hunt. Dana Shepard in the 43, up 13 positions to be in that spot. Dave Hunt also gaining 13 positions. So these 2 drivers really trying to work their way forward and hold on to it. Green flag is out, and away we go. Neagles and Warren side by side as they head off into turn number 1. Rick Seabrands in the 4. Seabrands started within the top 5 here tonight. Fell back early and now has found his way back to the front. Can he make something happen with the 4? The Rick Seabrand's on the back bumper of the 6 of Cody Neagles, our stage winner. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. pushing on the 2 of Nate Warren. Right now we have 19 cars on the lead lap. Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15 is our last car on the lead lap. And he is fallen off of the draft. He is in trouble. He is desperate for a caution. Gabe Butler in the 88 pulling onto pit road. Not sure what Gabe Butler in the 88 is doing. But he is on the pit road already. So our pole sitter, a very fast car who has found himself with multiple issues, once again on the pit road, going to lose a lap here, maybe even 2. As Butler now down and away, but the damage has been done, and now he has to start digging himself out of the hole that he finds himself in. So our pole sitter in big trouble here tonight. Nate Warren in the 2, our race leader. The 2 and the 33 working very well together down the back stretch, but here comes the 6 and the 4 to try and make themselves very pronounced at the front. Can't quite do it because the 2 and the 33 have the momentum down the straightaway as they make the run off the corner. But here comes the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. He is 1 lap down and he is bound and determined to get back on the lead lap the hard way. The 85 of Adam Kilday on his back bumper. Kilday says, yes, please, take me to the race lead. I will shove you to the lead lap as long as I can lead the race. Peter DeBorgia drops down to the bottom. Kilday still on the high side, and Kilday starting to fall back very quickly. Peter DeBorgia used all that momentum to get on the lead lap, and Kilday fell back very quickly. I don't know if the 85 pushes the 40 anymore after that. That was quite rude. Rude and crude. So the 40 is now back on the lead lap. He is the last car on the lead lap. He is going to try and make that car very wide. We'll see if we get a caution that allows the 40 to make his way around and catch up to the tail end of this field. But for the moment, he is going to do everything he can to stay in front of the leader. He has to act like each and every lap is coming to the checkered, because it very well could be his race. The 6 of Cody Neagles makes a move to the outside. He's going to get around the 40. And Neagles with the race lead puts the 40 back behind him, 1 lap down. Kilday in the 85 leading the charge in the 3rd lane. Sean McCarra right there with him. The 333.3 and the 33rd. Not 100% who that is. That's Jackson Carr. And I'm trying to find my notes of Jackson Carr. Jackson Carr had 1 previous start with us. That's why it seemed familiar, but I couldn't quite place it. So the 333 of Jackson Carr inside the top 10. This is his 2nd start of the season here on Wednesday night. heard someone call my name, but don't know who it was. Heard it from the stands. But if you're gonna talk in this chat, you gotta have the caps on. Gotta talk loudly in this chat. Oh, and trouble coming out of the tri-oval. Lynn McNeese involved. Mark Mann getting a piece of it. Dawson White and Zach Fritsch in the 12. Hard impact to the inside wall. Lynn McNeese. That rear end is, well, that's what we call crab walking. He is. That is a Sam Hornish Jr. drive right there. That is how Sam Hornish Jr. got around the car of tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Hold on to it, Lynn. Tokyo Drift that SOB. You got this. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Oh my goodness. Lynn McNeese doing his best Sam Hornish Jr. impression. Wow. I mean, that thing is sideways. Like, look at that drift. That's good. I didn't know you had it in you, Lynn. I know we probably should not be watching this car as long as we are. But guys, you have to give credit where credit is due. The 84 made it on the pit road. All right, let's back this up and see where the yellow flag really got thrown and what happened around there. Give me just a minute here. Trying to work through everything that goes on. And I really need like 3 skills. All right, found it. That was a lot of work to find that. We spent too much time watching Lynn get through it. All right, let's see how this develops. 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. And then the mid-pack. Lynn McNeese and the 15 look like they make contact, and around they go. Dawson Wise gets collected. Zach Fritsch in the 12. Man, he just looked like something broke in the 12. Let's go on board with old Fritchie. See what went wrong for him as he makes his way off of turn number 4. Through the tri-oval. There's the contact. It's the outside wall, driving straight. And the driver committed Sudoku. All right. Jeremy Medlock, good to see that you're doing fine. Jeremy, glad to see that there's at least one fan out here tonight. I know we've had a few people here from time to time, but I just can't hear them. Just can't hear them. So Jeremy, glad to hear you, bud. Thank you for making your voice loud and proud. Jeremy, who do you think's gonna win this race here tonight? Rick Seabrand's in the 4 on the front row for the restart. To his outside is the 53 of Dave Hunt. Then the 85 of Adam Kilday, the 071 of Eric Laurie. Row number 3 for our restart, the 15 of Alex Green and the 6 of Cody Neagles. As the Ford Mustang pulls down to the inside, we get ready to go green flag once again. And just a reminder, folks, if you are enjoying the show that the drivers are putting on for you, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up in this broadcast. That goes a long way for these guys. It makes them feel good, and it really strokes the ego of a driver. That is everything that needs to happen here tonight. So the green flag is back out. The 4 of Rick Seabrand gets a good jump. Adam Kilday in the 85 stays right with him. And away we go. Kevin Neagles says it will be Cody. Ooh, boy. Here we go. Cody, ooh, trying to make it through the middle. Decided against it. Cody almost threw it all away there. He saw a hole, tried to take it, and then thought better of it and bailed out. Kevin, it's fine. You don't have to be his dad in this moment. You're just a fan of the 6 and a fan of racing. We get it. I understand. Rick Seabrands, though, on the other hand, if y'all ain't picking this guy to win the race, you're sleeping. Because that 4, he's out in front, and oh boy, hold on to your butts, because here we go. Rick Seabrand in the 4, out in front. Adam Kilday makes the move to the outside. He's going to try and get that momentum from the 53 of Dave Hunt. Big wiggle down the straightaway. Nobody is very straight. No one is tucked in. They were all snaking all the way down the straightaway, still snaking going into turn number 3. Somehow we stay green, and the 85 of Adam Kilday is our race leader. And as I say that, the 53 of Dave Hunt gets a huge run on the outside, takes the race lead, drops down to the bottom, and now Cody Neagles in the 6. Rinse and repeat. Big run on the outside. Will he drop down to the bottom? Not yet, because here comes the 53 to fight back. Oh, trouble behind them. Sideways they go, around and around. Mark Mann in the 04. Vicente Guerrero, yellow flag coming out. Let's back this one up and take a look and see what happened to bring out the yellow flag. Steve Hoppett, Vicente Guerrero, Mark Mann, Eric Laurie, Steve Karosik, all getting a piece of that. So yellow flag comes out. Dave Hunt in the 53, our race leader when it happens. And so with that being said, guys, we are going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, all y'all. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight as we are getting ready to wind this one down. We have 16 laps to go once the green flag flies. Our Ford Mustang pace car peels off for pit road. Dave Hunt, Cody Neagles, side by side for the restart. Here we go, into the green flag zone we go. The way they go once again, holy cow, I had too many things to say right there. To Cody Neagles in the 6th with the lead going into the corner, gonna disappear as the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. get that good run down on the bottom, but here comes the 6 once again. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, pushing on the back bumper of the 6 of Cody Neagles. They're working their outside lane as well as they can. They have the 2 of Nate Warren right there with them. 4th car in that outside lane, that is the 333 of Jackson Carr. And he is that 4th and final piece of the puzzle for that outside lane that pushed the 6 of Cody Neagles to be able to drop down to the inside. And now Dave Hunt finds himself. Well, Hunt did have the 6 of Cody Neagles out in front of him, but now the 6 of Cody Neagles slides up to the outside. So Cody trying to work the momentum and finds himself playing it just a little bit wrong as he falls behind here. Gonna have 14 laps to go when they cross the line this time. The 53 of Dave Hunt down on the bottom. And Dave Hunt still, I think Hunt is going to stay committed to the bottom lane until someone forces him to come up off of it. So I'm really trying to look at the cars here. And I shouldn't be because I should be calling the race, but this is, I am absolutely loving how these cars look right now. I mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Now we're at the bottom, and I still stand by what I say. I think these cars look great right now. Whatever iRacing did, whether it's iRacing or our drivers did a stellar job on the paint schemes, they just look great. That's all I have to say. This B car looks great out here on the track. I don't know how it drives. I can tell you that these guys are elbows up. They are trying to feed them to each other as the 53 almost got into the 6. But man, do they look sharp right now. So with 12 laps to go this time by, Dave Hunt, Cody Neagles, Nate Warren, our respective line leaders. Hunt in the 53 has the advantage going into turn number 1, but the 6 of Cody Neagles right there in the middle lane. They get very tight, and behind them they get turned. Eric Laurie sideways. Gabe Butler gets caught up into it as well. Oh man, another tough break for the driver of the 88. Eric Laurie in the 071, and the 88 of Gabe Butler. Big time issues coming off of turn number 1 through turn 2. And the yellow flag is out once again. And it looks like the 071 of Eric Laurie just gets turned. We might have to break that up a little bit more and see what happened. Go off the nose of the 071 as they head off into turn number 1. Jackson Carr in the 333, Adam Kilday in the 85. All right, another shot at it. And it looked like Sean McCara really started oscillating throughout that entire corner. Take another look here. Sean McCara in the 71. Trying to hold on to it as he starts getting buffeted with the air. So the yellow flag comes out once again. Ooh, tough break. I mean, Sean McCara right there in the middle, and you can just see, you could see the air rocking that car back and forth, and Sean McCara doing all he can in the seat to try and hold on to it. But in the end, it just did not work out. Eric Laurie and Gabe Butler paid the price. The yellow flag is out, and we once again slow the pace. All right, so folks, as we rack them and stack them once again, lights on the Ford Mustang should go out this time. Well, either way, the Ford Mustang out in front, it can't last. I mean, Dave Hunt's in the Chevy, Cody Neagles in a Chevy, Nate Warren in a Chevy, Rick Seabrand's in a Chevy, Adam Kilday in a Chevy, Jackson Carr's Chevy. I mean, there's so many Chevys. There's one Toyota in the race, and that is the 23 of Sebastian Marin. And Sebastian Marin, right now, doing all he can to dig out of a hole. 90% of this field is Chevy. I think there's like one Ford that's relevant, and like I don't even know how to say the guy's name. When Andrew Schroeder in the 48, there we go. Andrew Schroeder in the 48. He's the relevant Ford, not Richard Sanchez, not Jeff Crosby Jr. Why drive a Ford when you could drive a Chevy? Oh, that's right. Recalls. But don't worry. The Toyota frame will never fold in half. I should not be a mechanic. I have nothing nice to say. All right, here we go. Dave Hunt in the 53, down on the bottom, the 6 of Cody Neagles to his outside. That is row number 1. Row number 2 for this restart. That is Nate Warren and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, and the 510 of Richard Sanchez, who has had his up and down moments in this race here tonight. Once again, a forward moment for him, that 510 on the outside of row number 3. Here we go. Pace car down and away. Green flag in the hands of our flagman, and now he displays it, and away we go once again. Side by side, the 53 and the 6. These two drivers have really shown that they have some speed here tonight. The 33 as well. The 2 maybe a bit late to the party, but he has been up in front once he got there. Neagles drops down to the inside, and he blocks the run that the 53 had. We're within 10 laps to go of our scheduled distance. Keep in mind, we will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered, and the 6 of Cody Neagles, right now he wants to see this thing just in because he is out in front. Throw the yellow, lights out, whatever it takes. I want to win this race. That would be Cody Neagles' first win of the season. And it would cap off a very strong performance that Cody Neagles has been doing, because let's take a look at the points. Within the last 3 races of this season, Cody Neagles has gained 131 points compared to 123 of Vicente Guerrero. Now, Peter DeBorgia has gained the most points within the last 3 races, but DeBorgia has struggled here tonight. He has dug himself out of a hole. He finds himself mid-pack after being 1 lap down and in trouble, but he is now mid-pack. So Cody Neagles, maybe this is his statement race. this is the race that could possibly put him into our championship 16, because he needs this to happen. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm looking at my notes. Cody Neagles, I'm trying to figure out if he has enough starts. He does. So if Cody can pick up, what? No. I was looking at the wrong notes. My bad. Cody has 2 wins on the season. Good grief. I'll tell you what, folks. This one-man band probably is not worth what you pay for. The 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr., however, well, I'll tell you what, he could use the win. If Senior picks up the win, he will lock himself in. He is already 105 points to the good right now as the race started. But if he can pick up the win here tonight, as the yellow flag comes out, Lynn McNeese spinning on the backstretch, and he wasn't the only one involved, as that Western Auto Camaro gets rolling once again. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out what happened. David Booth in the 77 and the 84 of Lynn McNeese making contact. Eric Laurie, hard impact as well. So yellow flag coming out. And a lot of my problems here tonight, keep in mind, I am human. It's my first broadcast of the week, so I am really stuck in that this is Monday night. So I'm looking at all my notes from Monday night and not Wednesday night. I know it's Wednesday, but it is my first broadcast of the week. My first broadcast of the week is typically on Monday. So I keep looking at my Monday notes, not Wednesday. Yep. I am excellent at what I do. And if you think otherwise, type in tiny letter. I want to see the tiny letters where y'all say that I don't know what I'm doing. So here we go. First attempt at a green-white checkered here tonight. We are going to see these drivers go through a few extra laps. Literally an hour and a half of thinking it's Monday. Hour and a half. Because it's my... Ooh. Oh, good grief. Oh. If you're over 90 years old and you have the same issues I'm having, raise your hand. Okay? Under 90, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Over 90, you probably have a shot at running for president. All right, here we go. Lights should go out on the Ford Mustang this time. Cody Neagles in the 6. Kevin cheered loudly for the 6 to win the race. Here he is choosing the outside lane. Jeff Crosby Sr., a winner here in the OP series, finding himself on the inside. Row number 2, the 44 of Anthony English. And look out, here is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia, the driver who has been down a lap more than he is not, now finds himself out in front, so to speak. He's in row number 2. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 on the inside of row number 3. Anthony English in the 44 on the inside of row number 2. Sanchez and Hunt, row 2 outside. Hunt, row 3 outside. So here we go once again. Gonna take our first attempt at a green-white checkered. At the drop of the green flag, our original distance would have been one more lap, but we will see a green-white checkered attempt being burned here. We will have one more if we need it. Side by side, here we go, the 15 and the 6. Green flag is out, and away we go. Peter DeBorgia in the 40. Can he come away with a race win after being down and out for so many laps? Cody Neagles in the 6. Running it smart. He did not drop down to the inside. He knows the momentum, and the backstretch comes to the second lane. He stays right there. Peter DeBorgia staying with him. They are all throwing blocks right now in the hit. Oh my goodness. 3 wide. Here we go into turns 3 and 4. All we have to do is get the white flag, but I have a feeling that we're not going to get there because everyone is wiggling so bad. This is crazy. Here they come to the white flag. The 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. out in front. White flag in the air. Final time around. One more lap to go. All the way on the third lane. That is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15 down on the bottom. Cody Neagles in the 6 has the momentum. Anthony English gets shuffled out. Dawson Wise shuffled out. Jackson shuffled out. Oh my goodness, there goes Steve Karosik. 2 lanes now. Cody Neagles in the 6. Peter DeBorgia in the 40. Carnage behind them. Richard Sanchez stays committed to the back bumper of the 6. Here they come onto the front stretch. And Cody Neagles in the 6th, making his car very wide. Can he hold on to it? No! It's gonna be the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Peter DeBorgia in the 40, who struggled throughout this entire race, comes away with the race win. A solid final lap gets it done for him. Pretty sure I'm having a heart attack. Holy cow. Peter DeBorgia picks up the race win. Cody Neagles brings it home in 3rd. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33, 2nd place. Oh my goodness. Let's go through the rest of our race results. We know our podium, but let's look at 4th place going to Dave Hunt. Richard Sanchez rounds out our top 5. 6th place goes to Sebastian Marin. Dawson Wise 7th. Jackson Carr 8th. 9th goes to Jeff Crosby Sr. Nate Warren in 10th. 11th, Steve Hoppett. 12th, Anthony English. Rick Seabrands in 13th. 14th, Andrew Schroeder. Lynn McNeese in 15th. 16th goes to Dana Shepard. Bubba Winningham 17th. 18th, Sean McCarron. 19th, Alex Green. Gabe Butler 20th. 21st, Vicente Guerrero. 22nd, Eric Laurie. Adam Kilday 23rd. 24th goes to Mark Mann. Dave Booth 25th. 26th, Steve Karosik. Zach Fritsch and Stanley Jr. round out our 28 car field here tonight. So now let's see if we can talk to our race winner. That is the driver of the 40. That is Peter DeBorgia. Peter, congratulations on the race win. You brought that car back from pretty much 2 feet in the grave and pulled out the race win.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been 2 laps down before and never finished in the top 5. So to be 2 down at stage break there and being able to bring it back, man, that's quite wild. So I owe a lot of it to the guys that were working with me tonight, and Jeff obviously there at the end doing all the huge pushing. But man, that just goes to show how much luck is involved, because that wasn't a lot of skill. I think too many people would have been in my shoes there and found themselves up here in the white flag with a chance to win as well.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. One attempt at a green-white checkered. Walk us through what you were seeing out there for that to happen.
I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really thinking about my expectations. I'm not really playoff bound. We were worried about the guys. I'm sure you saw it on the screen there. A lot of the guys I'm running with tonight are right there in the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th bracket there, without a win tonight or win this season, but they're just in on points, and all they want is no surprise winners. And I'm just looking at the standings, looking at the guys who have enough starts, and I'm like, all right, they don't seem like they're too close here. If any of these guys win, then Nate, you're probably safe. Jeff Sr., you're probably safe. Workman's going to be safe even though he's not here. We're worried about that, and then we're trying to get Jeff Sr. a Wednesday win. You know, he's got that Monday win already earlier this season, but it didn't materialize. A lot of the pushing there just didn't work out, and some people died behind him. But then, Sanchez took me 3, and I just saw it was me and Cody in the middle, and it was like, do I just commit myself to Cody here, or do I give myself a chance to stay at the front? And I jumped in front of Rick, and then he ducked down underneath of me, and lo and behold, Jeff was right there to pick me up. So that was honestly, I didn't think we had a chance to win the first green-white. I was hoping for a wreck so that we could do the second, because I knew I was the only guy up front with a lot of fuel. After the big wreck with Makara and Eric and Gabe there, about 10 laps to go, I had to pit and get my optional fixed and filled up my fuel, and I knew about 15 other guys didn't do that. So I was in better shape than they were fuel-wise, but yeah, here we are.
Well, Peter, that 40 Extra Life, it has a new paint scheme, so tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, man, we're going to the new Damage Mod nights. I wanted to try and change the colors a little bit. I've been rocking a lot of Instacart stuff lately for Workman. Obviously, he's not here tonight and doing the dad thing, but that was being really unlucky to me. So I just went through, my old paints today. I ran this probably 2 seasons ago when Fritsch, Workman, Crosby Jr., McCara, Nate Warren, and I were doing like tribute schemes every week, and I saw this Hendrick one and figured, let's slap the old Nadu Nemechek thing on there. That'll be fun tonight. And yeah, I can't seem to win any of these races with like real Extra Life logos in the car. Apparently, it's got to be like Instacart or tribute schemes of some kind, because my normal paint schemes don't seem to get anything done.
All right, now I did talk quite a bit about how these cars look sharp right now to me due to the new model. What was it like driving out there? Did things change for you guys here tonight?
Yes and no. Like, it drives just like the truck. Like, it's not much different. It's a little bit looser. It's a little bit heavier, so it's harder to slow in pit entry. You saw those penalties tonight. I think that was all guys who sped on pit road using their truck marker and not their Xfinity marker. They kind of forgot where they enter pit road at. That affected me greatly because I thought I was going to be getting a lucky dog until 10 guys decided to all go a lap down. But yeah, I mean, other than that, the draft model definitely is a bigger deal than the damage model to me. Like the third car being so important, pushing the pusher is now a thing again. The only thing different about this versus the trucks is it does seem like it takes longer to cool down and longer to go up the temp. So that green-white checker, Jeff was glued to people the whole time, and he was never worried about blowing up. And I feel like in the truck that we wouldn't be quite that lucky. So, but that's just my elementary analysis on my anecdotal experience here. So I can't wait to get back and talk to everybody else and what they thought, because this was a lot of fun. And, it's hopefully a car that's going to stick around and not be too different 6 months from now. Hopefully they don't make any drastic changes, and it could be something that we look to driving more regularly next season.
All right, man. Well, one more time, final shout outs, thank yous. Anyone you need to say I love you too.
I doubt Workman's still awake, but we love you. Fritsch, we love you, buddy. We know that you left early and weren't super happy with the race, and you were trying to do your gas and brake pedals with some buttons. So hopefully you get some pedals on there soon. Everyone in OP admin stuff, I know we're trying to solve this jigsaw puzzle of keeping enough people happy and trying to keep the racing fun and clean, but competitive. It's just, it's a tough thing that they're all trying to work towards, and couldn't, do it without all their help. And obviously all the guys I ran with tonight and everyone at Team Boot Naka.
All right, man. Nice job. Once again, congratulations.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. That is the driver of the 40, Peter DeBorgia, bringing it home with the race win. But now let's move on to our second place finisher here tonight. And that is the driver of the 33. That is Jeff Crosby Jr. And I'll tell you what, I always look forward to talking about him and his paint schemes. And that is Jeff Crosby Jr. Jeff, how you doing tonight?
What's up, man? Been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, I been a little break racing, and man, come up with a second place finish. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, second place finish for you. And I'll tell you what, that 33 had its work cut out for you all night long. It seemed like, I won't say you were always dominant, but you were always there.
Yeah, been trying to just run up front as much as I can. Kind of got unlucky there on that first caution within the first 5 laps. Had like 40 seconds of optional, which went ahead and repaired that on the first stop. Was able to, I don't know what I did. I just followed in line. Was able to get back up to like 6th place in like 4 laps or something like that after I repaired all that damage. And I was shocked because with these cars, I'm not really familiar with the damage model and stuff like that. But this car was really fun tonight. It was really loose. Yeah, just try to stay up front, link up with people, and just try to make the right necessary moves to just be there toward the end.
Well, you found a way to do it. That final green-white checkered attempt. You started it at the bottom, and then you found your way up to the top shelf. So what went on in that last lap?
I don't know. It's just instinct from other types of races that we've had here at Talladega. The outside line really gets a big push there toward the end of the trioval, and the inside kind of just gets all jumbled up and backed up. So wanted to get out there as quick as I could, and saw Peter was going up there. He was in Team 3 tonight, so I was just like, I'm going to stick with him. And it worked out. We were able to kind of be ahead of Cody there, so he wasn't able to jump up in front of us. So I think I got close to maybe 300 on the temp. So I was pushing. I was prepared to blow up. But yeah, the outside line, I think that's where you need to be on that final lap during the tribal. So just did that and kind of prayed, and it worked out.
All right, man. Well, nice job bringing it home in second place. Shout outs, thank yous that you need to give.
Yeah, for sure. Want to give a shout out to you and Turn 3. Thanks for broadcasting. It's always fun to go back and kind of look at the last 10 laps to see how you react to everybody's moves and everything. Everybody in Team 3 tonight, I was really hoping Dad would have been able to compete there for a top 5. Thankfully, he was able to get a 9th place finish. So it was cool seeing him recover after being a lap down pretty much most of the race. So yeah, anybody that's watching still, appreciate you guys for coming out. Hopefully you guys tune in to the next one.
All right, that is Jeff Crosby Jr., driver of the 33, bringing it home in second place. Nice job, man.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
Absolutely. All right, now we move on to our third and final step of the podium. That is the driver of the 6. His name is Cody Neagles, and his favorite fan, Kevin, says he should have thrown the block on Peter. Cody, any response?
It wouldn't have mattered. Tri-oval's 5 lanes wide. He was in the same Discord as Crosby. They were connected, so it don't matter how high I go, they're going higher. I think the only thing I could have done, I was just talking to Peter about it, if I let him get about halfway like up to me to where he's like not quite equal, but I still got a nose on him, I could have turned the wheel straight left to break the momentum of him and Jeff, and then just turn the wheel straight back down. And even at that rate, it's iffy because I don't want to wreck the guys. So I definitely could have been a little more aggressive with it, but there was at no point was I going to be able to throw a clean block. I don't think there was 2 guys connected. They had too much momentum on me.
So what I'm hearing is you
I
just
suck.
lost the race because you suck.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll tell you what. No, the 6 of Cody Neagles, man, you look good here tonight. A very dominant car. You were up front for a majority of this race, but when it came down to it, wrong place, wrong time. The way I saw it, things shook down that you just could not control, and I think you said it the best, but man, nice job out here tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, if I have one of my teammates, excuse me, if I have one of my teammates up there, I think the outcome would have been a little bit different. But that's super speedway racing, and you can run a dominant race, but if you don't have the right help that you need at the end, it becomes a little bit of a lottery. So I could only control. I felt like I could control maybe the bottom a little bit. Like I could always go down to the bottom as a safe route, but there was no way I was going to be able to block them when the tri-oval's 5 lanes wide. So, you know, I'm getting a podium out of it, and I'm happy for that. But, I mean, I was already locked into the playoffs, so there was no reason to be greedy. I'm happy for Pete. He ran a good race. He was up front most of the race, and couldn't be happier for him. Yeah, that's about it. Of course I wanted to win, but I'm happy for P3 nonetheless.
All right, so a lot of talk about the new damage model. I myself see a huge change in the cars, how they look visually, how they have handled. But from your perspective, what did you feel out there tonight?
The biggest thing is the setup feels like crap. The car still feels like a boat, and it was bottoming out on the bottom, which is why I kept picking the top when I had lane choice. As far as the damage model, it seems like it's a little more realistic than the truck is. You know, you could take a little hit and you might have as much as 4.5 minutes of optional. So it might take you 2 or 3 cautions to get it fixed. But once you got it fixed, man, unless you had front end damage, you could get it repaired pretty much back to normal or close. Maybe you don't want to be a leader or a pusher depending on the type of damage you have, but you're still going to be able to keep the pack. And before, there was times where I'd take like side drafting up front and I'd take 30 seconds of optional on my hood, and you'd have that little hood crinkle, and then you would just be a parachute up front. So at least that's not going to be a thing anymore, because I inadvertently hit Crosby Sr. on the bottom, just side drafting, and I don't think it dealt either of us damage. So I think it's a net gain. And for Monday nights, I'm thinking that this has to be considered now for Mondays, because I know they're looking for a happy medium, because the trucks are, everything about them's probably not best for league racing, even though they are an absolute blast to drive. But I'm thinking this might be the happy medium they're looking for, because your hardcore people are still they're wanting a car to be in the Premier Series, not a truck, and I understand that. And at the same time, they don't want the damage model to feel video gamey, and I think this might be a winner. And also, you can't slam draft like with the truck. You can slam draft. You can push the pusher here, but if you slam draft them, you're going to lift them up and turn them. So it really does test your ability, and I think you have to use a little bit more skill with the car, with the B car now. So that would be my vote for next season's Monday night car.
All right, with all that being said, Cody, one more time, final shout outs, thank yous, and if you don't tell us about your puppers, I will never talk about you again.
I'm guessing my dad's talking about my little beagle in the chat.
No, your picture that you have through SDK.
Yeah, that's my little that's my beagle. That's my beagle. Yeah. Her name is Lily. So I guess with that being said, I'm going to give a shout out, and I'll use my little bit of screen time, of course, to give you a shout out for broadcasting and my teammates. But Lily is 2.5 years old, and she is absolutely adorable, and she loses her mind every time I go over to my parents' house, because I used to have an apartment, and they had like a big fee if I was going to have pets there. So I just kept her at my parents' house, and I live a mile from their house now. So I can just pick her up any day I want to and bring her over to my house. And I absolutely love her, and my heart melts every time I see her, as much as she loses her mind every time she sees me. So I lost a beagle here a couple years ago. It's actually been about 3 years ago now, and it was my first beagle. But this one, Lily, is... She stole my heart, man. I love her to death.
All right. Well, if you ever need a dog sitter, call me. I got you.
I love it. Anyone who loves dogs is a friend of mine.
All right. I will absolutely take you up on that when you need me to watch her tomorrow night.
Cool. And final thing. I am planning at some point, I keep talking about it, I'm gonna make my way up to Lee's Summit because I want to watch you race. We gotta get the logistics of that lined out, because I'm gonna find a good reason to get up in that direction to watch you race a little bit.
All right. Well, I got 4 races left this season, bud.
All right,
guys. Well, there you go. That is our third and final step of the podium here tonight. His name is Cody Neagles. He has a beagle that is way better looking than he is. So guys, thank you very much for joining me here tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And so until next time, y'all stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you next Monday night.